So, guys, this is going to be a different kind of video. This is not the kind of video that you guys are used to. Me talking about Barcelona, talking about my team, talking about what's best for my team. Usually, all the things that you guys are subscribed to my channel for. And basically trashing Real Madrid. That's what you guys know my channel for. It's a Barcelona fan channel. And I like to talk about and defend my club and tease and troll my rivals. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to talk to a specific section of fan base. I'm not just here to talk about Barca fans or Madrid fans. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am not wearing my Barca colors. Today, I am not representing Barca. I am representing football fans. I am representing fans like me. I am representing fans like me who are passionate about this sport, who love this sport, who give everything for this sport. But for some reason, we are always the ones that are always victims of situations like what we saw yesterday. In case you guys have been living under a rock, obviously I'm talking about the Benfica versus Real Madrid game. Now, you guys know my channel. Usually, when I'm talking about Real Madrid, I'm being condescending, I'm trolling them, I'm accusing their club of, the worst, talking about, penalties and stuff like this, conspiracy theories and all of these things. But that is me as a Barca fan. And for many of the fans who are even Madrid fans who watch my videos, they're here, they support, and yes, they have their fun, and we all have fun because that's what this is. But when you see things like what we saw yesterday, you have to take off the hat. And today, I'll be very honest with you, I'm disgusted. I am embarrassed. I am absolutely fuming at what I witnessed yesterday. As a football fan, as a black man, as a guy who was born in West Africa, a man who has been embracing, someone that is proud of who he is, who is proud of the color of his skin. I am truly disgusted by what I witnessed yesterday, and it isn't just about what we saw. It was everything leading up to it, but also the aftermath of everything that's happened ever since the situation. Let me first of all make something very clear. For those of you guys who are loyal subscribers to my channel, you guys know my opinion of Vini. As a footballer, I'm not a big fan of Vini. I have made it very clear I don't like Vinícius Jr. I don't like the way he plays football. I don't like the fact that most of the time he's always instigating stuff. And he is. Two things can be correct. He is most of the time an instigator. He's usually on his opponent's ears saying the worst things. Right? Getting onto their ears, trolling, rattling his opponents. Right? But this is the thing. Vini is not the first footballer I have disliked because of that. Most of the time, I don't really like footballers who do that. Even for players who play for my club. I didn't appreciate it when Neymar used to do this at my club. I appreciated Neymar as a footballer, but I used to hate his antics. I despised Luis Suarez because he was also like that. But also, he was another one who was accused of the same incident that we saw this Argentinian player from Benfica was accused of. From the moment Luis Suarez joined my club to the day he left, I never liked that man. Because for me, it's not just about being a football fan. This isn't just about being a Barca fan. It's about principles as well. Who I am outside of football. Who I am when I take off the shirt, when the cameras are off. And this is something I have zero tolerance for players that are at my club, but also players that are not at my club. Players that are for my rivals who have been abused. I will defend those players. Because this is not about Real Madrid and Barcelona. This is about a black footballer. Once again being controlled, being marginalized, being told how he should react. That is what I have a problem with. Because here's the thing. Let's talk about the lead up to the incident that caused this whole stir. Vinícius Jr. scored an amazing goal. I have to say it was an amazing goal. Beautiful goal, right? He scores. And what does he do? He does what every other footballer does when they score a goal. He celebrates the goal. He goes to the corner flag. He celebrates, does his samba dance, right? Enjoys himself. And then he gets attacked and gets a yellow card, which at the time I was surprised by. Because I went back and I watched that celebration. There wasn't any point in that celebration where he was purposefully looking at the fans or basically pointing at the fans, letting them know that that dance was for them. He was simply celebrating. And here is why I have a problem with the people who are calling out this, specifically one man, Jose Mourinho. And I will get to Mourinho. I will get to him. But all the people who are calling out Vinicius for celebrating by dancing on the corner flag, a lot of you are absolute hypocrites. Because here's the thing. The man who made me a football fan, the man who made me a Barcelona fan, Ronaldinho, was a man who, when he was on the pitch, he would destroy careers. If you were a defender, your worst nightmare was Ronaldinho. He would embarrass you, he would humiliate you. And guess what? Every single time this man put the ball at the back of the net, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Go and watch all of the goals that Ronaldinho scored in his entire career. 99.99% of them, every single one of them, he celebrated by doing what? Dancing! Doing the samba dance. And you know what the funny thing is? How many of the same people who are calling out Vini were dancing with Ronaldinho when he was doing that? We all sat there and we praised Ronaldinho, talking about how he made the beautiful game. He made football look fun, which I agree. He made football look beautiful. He made it look amazing. He was just a guy who was having fun on the pitch. And then Vinícius Jr. celebrates by doing the samba dance and he gets yellow carded. That's the first thing. And just when I thought that the yellow card wasn't the worst, then this player, I don't even care about his name, Presbyterian, whatever his name is, right? He calls Vini a monkey. And I don't care. The man had his mouth covered like this. Now, why would you cover your mouth if you are not saying something that you're not supposed to say? Because here's the thing. Vinícius Jr. most of the time, when he's on his opponent's face, you can literally lip read what he's saying. He's not saying nice words, but you know what? You know what he's saying. It's not a good thing, but he's not saying anything racist. The fact that this man had to cover his mouth and say what he said, that is when I realized this brother was guilty. Because why would you cover your mouth? We had Vini, we had Kylian Mbappé, we had Federico Valverde, who were all around the same vicinity saying the same thing. This man said monkey 5 times, 5 or 8 times. I don't even remember. So we have people who have heard him say this, right? And what happens? He continues playing. He continues to play. And Vinícius Jr. had every right to react the way he did, because I can promise you right now, Vini is a better man than me. If that man said what he said, I would have sung at him knowing I would get a 10-game ban. I wouldn't care. Because here is the thing. This is too much. I understand that Vini is unlikable. I understand that Vini is unlikable. But my goodness, why is it that we always have to go back to the color? Why does it always come back to the color of our skin? Why is it that when we are the ones that are trolls, when we are the ones that are rattling people, you always have to go for our skin. You could use any insult and none of us would batter an eyelid. But you always have to go to the color because in your DNA, you all think that you're better than us. It's in your DNA. It's literally a part of you. Because if you don't feel that way, you wouldn't be going for the color of our skin. You wouldn't. But it's ingrained in you that you're better than us. And this is what I mean. I have seen Vini instigate. I've seen him rattle fans. I've seen him do all of that and I've called him out for it. But yesterday, Vini was truly a victim of the worst abuse. That was probably the worst one. That genuinely for me is worse than the Valencia one. Because in this case, Vini just did what he did. He's gonna go celebrate it and that's where it should have ended. And he got attacked for dancing and then got racially abused. And that is disgusting. And here is another thing I need to say. Jose Mourinho. I don't like Mourinho. I've not liked you. Because as a Barca fan, I grew up, I resented you as a coach. Right? But as a man, I've always respected you. Because some of the best young African players I've seen played for Chelsea under you. Right? I saw you do some amazing things. Right? As a coach, always respected you. But yesterday, you lost my respect. Because here's the thing. When the situation happened, the way you responded was nothing short of embarrassing. Talking about Eusebio being a legend of the club. Like we don't know that black players that have played for Benfica. Well, no kidding. We already knew that. What does Eusebio being the greatest legend in Benfica history have anything to do with what we saw yesterday? I'll answer that question. It doesn't. If you are a man of honor, what you should have done is you should have said, you know what? I didn't hear what happened, but we will figure this out. We will investigate. And I hope to God that Presbytery is not guilty. Because if he is, that man will never put on my colors again as long as I'm the coach of this club. That's what I expected from you, Mourinho. But you didn't. You decided to be the club man. In time when you were needed, your respect was needed. What do you think guys like Didier Drogba, guys like John Obi Mikel, players that have idolized you, called you, some of these guys, they respect and love you. Guys like Eto'o. Like, how do you think they feel hearing what you said? This, like Didier Drogba called you his footballing father. Is this how you treat? Is this how you're going to treat them? Is this how you're going to show your love to them? Disgusting. And the fact that he talked about Vini's antics. Yes, I call out Vini's antics, but what was it about what he did yesterday that warranted that response? Huh? Tell me. What is it that he did that warranted the response from not just the player, but from the fans? There it is. Let me show you all, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. What did Vini do in the game? What was it about that celebration that warranted this? You make me sick. Honestly, Benfica, you all make me sick. And you are gonna, bro, I'm telling you, this is disgusting. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna call out UEFA, FIFA, all of these government bodies. You guys wanna sit here and do the whole statement, no to racism, kick it out. You guys wanna put all of these things out there? I saw Thierry only call it out. So guess what? I'm calling it out too. Here's the thing. I'm not interested in slogans and advertisements and all of this BS. I don't care about those things. Okay? If we really want to stand on racism, we need to make an example. An example needs to be made. That is the truth. This player needs to be made as an example if he's found guilty, which he should be. Because all those witnesses, listen, you can't have most of the players standing out there saying the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. Make an example. This man needs to be given a season ban, bare minimum season ban. And as far as Benfica is concerned, I would ban not just those players, I would ban them from Champions League games for a whole season. Heck, I would give them a season ban. You need to reinforce this. If we're serious about saying no to racism and kick it out, I don't need you to tell me to kick it out or talk about saying no to racism. Actions speak louder than words. Show us that you guys care. Show us that this cannot continue. We are in the year of 2026. This cannot continue. Make an example out of this player. That's what we need. That's what we need. That is what, as a black man, as a black football fan, that's what I want to see. And that's what, as football fans, we all want to see. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. We can't continue like this. You government bodies, do what you need to do. We're paying so much money and you're getting all this money, and for what? Things need to change, and they need to change now. But yeah, that's all I had to say, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, everything I've just mentioned. And yeah, guys, smash the likes. Big up to everyone. Peace. Take care.